Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we finally made it back inside the house. If you've been following me for the last couple of weeks, we have been working outside on the back patio, but we are back inside this week with another DIY video. So we have lived in this house now for about 5 or 6 years, and to me, our vanities are just a little bit outdated. Not terrible, but a little bit outdated. The darker look is just not as modern to me as it could be. So what we're going to do today is a wood look finish on this vanity, and we're going to do it all with paint. And if you want to see how I achieve this, then stay tuned. Alright, and before we get started, I do want to say this is not my recipe at all. Big shout out to Black Sheep Home. She posted this formula and we are going to give it a shot. So I will have her channel and then everything that I use linked down in the description box below. Then also you'll probably also see some of the products also pop up as I'm showing them on the video. That is a new feature that YouTube has here. So while you are able to shop and look for the products while you're still watching the videos. So if you see a product that you're interested in, don't be afraid to click. It'll keep you right here on YouTube and you can keep on watching as you browse. Anyway, the first thing that I'm going to do is get started by giving this vanity a good cleaning off, and then I will show you the next step. So the first step for me, well, second step because we've cleaned it, I am going to go in with liquid sandpaper. If you all have seen my previous videos on painting cabinets, I have used this before and I really liked it, and to me it held up the finish very well. So this is an alternative if you do not want to go in with a sander and you're getting sand debris everywhere. The liquid sandpaper is great. Now, I did get a primer that claims that you do not have to sand. However, I just don't trust that. I just like to still rough up the finish a little bit, especially because this is laminate and really like slick. I just want to rough it up just for my own peace sake. So liquid sandpaper is great for that. So you don't have to sand with this. This has an abrasive finish, and you're just going to take a scrub pad, put it on there, and just wipe it all over the furniture piece or cabinet or whatever you're doing, and then just allow it to dry, and it will rough up the surface, and that way your primer and paint will adhere and bond better. Just finished with the liquid sandpaper, and I'm just allowing everything to dry really well. See how it's kind of ashy here? So that way you know that the liquid sandpaper has worked. So the whole vanity here is starting to look a little bit ashy. You can see some of that shine and gloss is gone as it's drying up, and then we know now that the liquid sandpaper has taken off some of that high shine finish that it had before. So that's what you want to see. And here's a quick pro tip: whenever you are removing cabinet doors, you want to always label your hinges. So I took these hinges off the first cabinet door, and on the inside you can see I labeled it T and B, which is just top and bottom. And then we do this because sometimes these hinges may have been adjusted previously, so then that way the same hinge goes back into the same spot, so then your doors can close back perfectly like they were before. So, all right, we got the doors off and we are ready to rock and roll. So we are going to go in with a primer. So this is the Zinsser 123 primer, and you see here that it says for all surfaces, bonds to all surfaces without sanding. And like I said, I just have trust issues, so I go in with the liquid sandpaper, but the liquid sandpaper plus this, we should be good to go. And something else that I'm doing, I'm using this little blower here just to speed up the drying process in between coats. All right, y'all, we got everything primed. I let the blower sit in here so it can really dry. It's dried pretty well now, and I just do this just to see if it's coming off, and it is not. So good. So the star of the show is going to be our base color here. This is Behr. I hope it, there we go. This is Behr paint and primer interior semi-gloss. We're doing a semi-gloss because this is a bathroom vanity, and the color is a rugged tan. I hope y'all can see that, but it's rugged tan. But I will leave all of the information about every color and all of that in the description box below, so you don't have to look for it. I will definitely leave the recipe for you, but we're just gonna go in and paint this base color, and I'm actually just gonna let this sit overnight. So I'm not gonna try to do the wood look today because I really want this to dry well, and I think what I'm gonna do is 2 coats of this. And I just wanted to show y'all my setup real quick for the cabinet doors. I just pulled them out and then put them right here on my dining room table. And I have just completed the second coat here. As you can see, some spots it is still drying. But I'm just gonna let these dry here overnight. Like I said, same thing with the cabinet in the bathroom. Just gonna let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll come back in and do the staining. Okay, it's a couple of hours later. I had a meeting and everything, so that's why you see the makeup now. But I came in the bathroom just to make sure everything was drying nicely. I know I told y'all in the previous clip that I was gonna wait until the next day, but it was dry, so eager beaver, I'm like, you know what? Let me just try the technique on the side and see how it turns out. Y'all, I'm shook. It looks so good. Let me show you. What? Y'all, this looks like a wood finish. And I'm not even done yet. I pretty much just started. So I just did the stain. You put on the stain with your chip brush, and then you use a big fluffy like deck brush to kind of go through, and you literally just drag it, and that is what I have done. In some spots you can see like it's a little lighter and darker than the other, and no big deal. You just go back in with your chip brush and just kind of like fill that in, and then smooth it right back out. So y'all, I'm just shook at just this little side that I did and how good it looks. It definitely looks like a wood finish. So I am going to, I'm gonna go back in right here. Now what I did notice is that you don't need a lot. You just really need a little bit to kind of fill it in. So the spots where it's a little sparse, I'm just gonna go back in and add a little more. And I'm literally trying to do this with the camera in one hand and the brush in the other. So I hope I am getting this on camera. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see how I just filled that in? Oh my God. This is the best technique ever. Y'all, this is the front. Just to remind y'all, That's the base. And this is what it looks like with the stain and a little brushing. I'm excited. Okay, let me decide if I'm gonna go ahead and do this or if I'm gonna wait, because I'm excited now. I am not recording. All right, y'all, so I'm too excited. So I'm just gonna go for it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the cabinet and then just do the doors tomorrow, because they are still drying, they're still wet. But I'm just so excited at how this has turned out. So I'm just gonna show you guys exactly what I did. So again, you're just gonna use, so hype, I didn't even show y'all. So the stain is the Rustoleum. It's a Rustoleum decorative glaze, and it is in the color Java Brown. And you are going to take a chip brush. And this is a chip brush. It's only like a little $1 something. And you don't need a whole lot. That's what I noticed on that side. You do not need a whole lot. You just want to go in and, can y'all see? Bring it over here a little bit. Ugh. All right. You just want to go in and just lightly rub it on your piece. And as you all can see, I am going in the direction of the wood grain. So y'all know on these cabinets how they go different directions. So this little side right here goes up and down. So y'all can see I put that there. Oh, let's do this side too. So I just went in the direction of the wood, and then you take your big deck brush and then you're just gonna glide it and kind of wipe it and smooth it out. Ugh. And then I notice you want to go in kind of even strokes all the way down. Try not to stop in the middle. I don't know if y'all can really get the full effect on camera, but I will make sure to get some close-up shots. And then like I showed y'all on the other side, if it's spots where you feel like it's not dark enough or it came off a little bit, you can just kind of go back in with your chip brush, add a little bit more of the glaze, and then just smooth it out. All right, y'all, so now it is officially the next morning, and I just came in here and it looks so good. I don't know if the camera is doing it any justice, but it looks really good. Last night I was a little concerned because the glaze is pretty tacky, a little bit sticky, but now that it has dried, it feels nice and smooth. There are a couple of spots that feel just a tad bit tacky still, so maybe it just needs to dry just a little bit more. But overall, I think it looks great. It looks great. So now the last thing that I'm going to do is to give it a clear coat, and this is what I'll be using. Y'all can see that. Alright, so it's just a polyurethane, and it is a clear matte finish. So I don't want to give it any shine or anything. I want to just keep it looking how it's looking. They do say that this goes on kind of white casty, but it will dry clear. So I'm just going to give this thing a whole clear coat, and then we'll pretty much be done. Now, as you guys know, I took off the knobs and all of that. And now I'm thinking about replacing them with some different knobs, of course, because now we got to update everything else. And that's the thing, y'all. Once you do one thing in a space, you end up doing everything else, because literally me and Antonio were looking in here this morning and we're like, now we got to do the rest of the bathroom. So stay tuned, because I'm pretty sure a bathroom makeover is coming, because now that this looks so good, the paint needs to be redone. The floors, we definitely got to put something different in here. Yeah, we're just gonna, the light fixture, we're just gonna spruce it up. But for right now, we're just gonna finish the vanity, and then I will show you guys once we get everything back installed. Alright, you guys, we are done. The cabinet looks great, but just like I said before, once you do one thing in a room, it just kind of like accentuates the other things that need to be done that look terrible. So we definitely have to paint in here. We have like the shower bar and stuff that came down, and there's some other things that we're thinking about doing. We actually have already purchased some new flooring for in here, so that is definitely coming up next. So be sure to stay tuned if you want to see the full makeover of this bathroom. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, then just leave them in the comment section below. Hopefully I explained everything well as far as how to do this. And then like I said, I will also leave the link to the original creator that I saw do this specific recipe on her cabinet that she had. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.